Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing good today. Today I just got a U-joint delivered to me. So a couple days ago I diagnosed the drive shaft with having a bad U-joint. They should move pretty freely both ways. As you can see, that's nice and there's no resistance that way. But when we try to do this, as you can see, there's resistance. It's not completely seized, but it's definitely starting to fail. It might help to grease it if it had a grease fitting, but these U-joints don't have grease fittings. So I'm just gonna replace this U-joint and it should get rid of that vibration. So we're gonna replace that U-joint today and I'm gonna show you how to do it. First, I'm gonna turn this truck around and I'm gonna back it up on ramps. And then we'll chalk the front wheels and go from there. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do after getting the back on ramps is chalk the front wheels because we don't want it to roll away. After we chalk the front wheels, we're gonna put the transmission into neutral. Once the front wheels are chalked, then we can put it into neutral. Make sure it doesn't roll anywhere. And now we're gonna jack the back wheel up. Alright guys, once we get this jacked up and we make sure that it's stable, we can go underneath it now. So we're gonna go under here and we're gonna take a look at the bolts on the drive shaft. Alright, so the wheel's off the ground so we can move the drive shaft around to where we need it. The other day I had to use a wrench with a pipe extension to get them off because they were pretty tight. Should be able to get them off fairly easily today. And once the drive shaft is where we need it to be, we can hit the parking brake so that this will be held in place. And once it's held, then we can start loosening them. Alright, this is a 15 millimeter. I'm gonna undo the parking brakes, spin it around, and then I'll do the parking brake back up. You want to remember to scratch its position so you know which way it came off, so it can go back on the same way. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Alright, so I got a scratch mark for each part of the shaft so it can go back on the exact same way. Alright, this flange should separate there now. You might want to stick something in here to pry it. Alright, once this edge is off, we're going to slide it out of the transfer case. Okay guys, this is the U-joint question. As you can see, it moves that way normally, but you gotta push it for it to go up and down. So we're gonna remove this U-joint and put a new one in. The first thing we're gonna do is grab some pliers and we're gonna get these clips out of there. Once we get all 4 clips off, then we can start pushing it out. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is get these clips out. The clips may be stuck into place because they've been there for a while and they're rusting. So you just want to get a flathead screwdriver and hit it with a hammer. There we go. As you can see, that kind of popped it right out of place. You want to be careful that the clips don't go flying into your face. Alright, let's go to the next one. Pretty easy. Alright, once all these clips are cleared out, we'll start pushing the U-joint out. So what I'm going to get out next is the ball joint kit. It's a ball joint press, and we're going to use it to press the U-joint out. Okay, we want to push the cap all the way out the other side. It's not quite popped out yet. There we go. We're going to pop this top out. And now we're going to press it the other way. Alright, we got both caps off now, so we can get this one part off. And we want to keep it lined up a certain way. So as you see, I got a scratch there and a scratch there. Now we're going to start pushing this U-joint out. It's going to be the same way as the other side. We just push it out till the outer cap comes out. Alright, we gotta push it out the other way now, get the one last cap out. Okay, this is the new U-joint I got. You might need a different one, so what you need to do is measure your old U-joint. I'll show you what parts you need to measure. And once you get the old one off, you can start putting the new one on. We're gonna take the cups off these and then I'll show you how to start putting it in. I'll start with putting the U-joint in this since it's the easier part to handle. You wanna make sure you clean up the holes as good as you can because you don't want it to be full of dirt and rust. First, we'll push that into there. Be able to get this side in. We want to make sure that they slide in and out of each other because if it stops sliding in and out, that means the needle bearings fell out of place. Alright, so we want to get the cap in far enough so that we can get the clip on it. I'm going to get the clip in on this side, and then we'll push the other side in and clip it. Alright, now we're going to push the other side all the way in. You want to make sure all the needles are standing up. As you can see, it's loose now. Before that was catching and holding up. Alright, once we get the U-joint installed and it moves nice and freely everywhere, then we can put it back in. You want to make sure all the clips are seated all the way in where they're supposed to be. We're going to slide the front of the drive shaft in first, and then we'll bolt it back up to how it was before. I'm going to wipe off the front shaft there, and then we'll slide it in. I'm going to set the parking brake, and then we're going to torque these 15mm bolts to 85 foot-pounds. Alright guys, as you can see, the new U-joint is installed. Now I'm going to lower this to the ground here, and we're going to go for a test drive.